Hello everyone, Shannon Flummerfelt here for Flip Schools. Welcome to the Sustaining Improvement series. This video is one of 5 and it's designed for faculty to introduce faculty to a great tool for sustaining improvement. It's a tool called the 5S. And in this particular video we're going to review the first 2 steps of a 5-step process. Again, the tool, the 5S. As you work in the flipped classroom environment as a faculty member, you'll find that you'll have an opportunity to try many new and innovative things. The idea, though, with sustaining improvement in instruction is not to be able to just try one new thing after the other, but instead to be able to understand how to take what is best practice in classroom instruction and use it and try it, refine it, and then to be able to sustain it. So this particular methodology I'm going to introduce you to today is a tool called the 5S, and it's just very, very simple, and all it does is it helps you to create a mental model that'll help you to break down into 5 different stages how to take something that's a good idea, make it better, and then to be able to sustain it as practice in the classroom. So first of all, let's start with the definition. What is this 5S? What is it? Well, 5S is simply a visual management tool, and what it is used for is for you either to work on your own individually as a faculty member or collectively with fellow colleagues and within a department or within a school or a school improvement team, collectively work together in order to develop and maintain improvement that makes sense. And there's 5 steps that you go through, and that's why it's called a 5S. The first step is sorting. Second one is setting, third one is shining, fourth one is standardizing, and the 5th one is sustaining. So let's start an example here where you're going to be going through a 5S of sorting, setting, shining, standardizing, and sustaining improvement in mathematics instruction. In this video, I'm just going to take you through the first 2 steps, and then there are other videos that'll take you through the remaining steps. So first of all, what is sorting? Well, sorting means that what we're going to do is figure out, first of all, what is important in mathematics instruction. And there's a list here of 9 things in your school, in your setting. There may be, a list of 20 things or 5 things. The idea is that you're going to actually figure out what is relevant to mathematics instruction, and then anything that's not, we just set that aside. So that's what sorting does, is figuring out what matters. So in this particular instance, we're working with this list of 9 items. What's important in mathematics instruction? The curriculum, making sure there's a timely assessment and intervention program, that instructional technology is well used, that there's good shared authentic pedagogy with mathematics instruction throughout the school, that formative testing strategies are being used, there's faculty and parental teamwork, there's an amount of differentiation and personalization for students in mathematics instruction, that there is a combination of interpersonal, social, and emotional learning going on, and that also that the mathematics instruction itself is high quality. So let's say that you have this list here and you've sorted this out as being the 9 critical ideas behind what matters in mathematics instruction in your school. So now you have something that you're going to begin to focus on. And as you're sorting this out, you can begin to think about what you've accomplished already in either your classroom, in your department, in your school, and what needs to still be done. So for instance, if we look at items 1, 3, and 5, they've already been accomplished, let's say, in your school. And so they're done. We can kind of set those aside. We don't need to focus on those. But we know that, for instance, number 2, this idea of providing a timely assessment and intervention is critical. So this first step of sorting helps you to understand what do we actually need in order to improve mathematics instruction, and what are we going to really start to begin to focus on in order to get to eventually a sustaining step. So the second step here of setting simply means that what we've done now is, of this list of 9, you sort of have 3 categories. There's one category that we know there are 3 of these ideas here on this list of 9 that they don't need improvement. So we'll set those aside. Again, those are 1, 3, and 5. Those are well in hand in your classroom, in your school, whatever the case may be. And we do know that there are 2 other categories of a high priority, which is number 2, which is that timely assessment and intervention. And then there are the remaining ones, the strategies 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, that are moderate priority and need improvement. This is all the second step does, is setting simply creates categories for what we've decided needs to really be a part of our focus and not. Again, the idea is what we're trying to do is get to best practice, get it really figured out well, and then to sustain it. So for the second step of setting, we're setting categories, and we have 3. Things that don't need improvement, which means we set those aside. We don't need to worry about those right now. High priority and moderate priority. As I mentioned before, there are 5 steps in this process, and this is just introduce you to the first 2, step 1, sorting, step 2, setting. The other 3 steps are going to be introduced in videos in this series. At any rate, the idea here is what we're trying to get to is get through a protocol that helps you as a classroom teacher to be able to sustain improvement. I hope that you found this information helpful. As you work in the flipped classroom, there's a lot to think about and a lot of 5S'ing that should be done in terms of getting to sustaining best practice. If you want more information, feel free to go to the Flip Institute website at theflipinstitute.com. Thanks for listening, and I hope you enjoyed the video.